Well, as we see that as Damascus falling in Syria, they're not even bombarding it, those are just fireworks going off. That's how easy it fell with zero resistance. Let's see the people just taking over stuff. And we see that in just 1 week, it's literally beyond belief. In just 1 week, the whole of Syria has fallen. It started with al-Jolly, who basically created a offshoot of ISIS. He was an Al-Qaeda member, part of ISIS in Iraq. Changed the name, the usual stuff. They just changed the name, same people, same fundamentalist Muslims, but change the name and you get out of all the sanctions and stuff. A bit like the Muslim CARE, the Council for American Muslim Relations, which basically changed their name from the sanctioned and embargoed terrorist Muslim organization. They changed their name and they're now acceptable. So to these guys, ISIS with a different name took over the entire Syria in 1 week with zero resistance after they took Aleppo in the north in the beginning, Syria's second biggest city. They've now entered Damascus and now they're ransacking the presidential palace.
ما عملناها بالشعب بس ما بيجوا يتكلم عن الحرام على فكرة إذا بتعرف هو أملاك دولة على فكرة يا ناس أملاك دولة يمكن ما بيجوز يا ناس أملاك دولة.
And so in just 1 week, everything fell. And this is in contrast to Gaza, where for 16 months, Israel is incapable of taking a territory literally 25 by 12 kilometers, like nothing. And Syria's been taken in a week, and Israel is incapable of taking Gaza. Don't know what to say. One is when you use force and fear and people are scared of you, you have tanks and air force and everyone collapses. And when you provide humanitarian aid and try to avoid civilian deaths and you only bomb empty buildings, yeah, your enemy just stays entrenched and doesn't leave. And I think that's a different contrast we have there. What does this mean for the region? How did this happen? Obviously, these are Turkish-backed ISIS, Turkish being a NATO member, therefore being American. So it's American-backed ISIS. And we have their leader, al-Jolly, coming on TV and saying, we like diversity, we want to, be friends with the Americans, all the usual lies that it's called taqiyya in Islam. You're allowed to lie to propagate Islam. And that's what they'll do. They will lie, they'll try and get as much as they can, and then they will start butchering. I think their next move is Iraq. They'll probably go into Iraq and take that. Again, fully backed by America and Turkey. And the point is to destabilize Iran, to weaken it, and it certainly will do that now. Hezbollah in Lebanon is totally isolated because that was their main supply route. Now they're going to have to be supplied by the sea, which is much more difficult. Israel could potentially blockade that. I doubt they will because they're a bunch of weak cowards. So they won't do that, but they could blockade it by the sea and then Hezbollah would be totally cut off. But this ISIS, new ISIS, whatever they want to call themselves, will probably go into Iraq and take that, and then all hell's going to go break loose. Because just with every Islamist supported by America, they eventually turn against the West. That is their raison d'etre, is to be against the West, and they will turn against them and they will start slaughtering. All the Christians will be slaughtered. That is for sure in Syria. If you're Christian, run. You run. Get the heck out of there. If you're Kurdish, run. Get the heck out of there. Anyone is going to be slaughtered. If you're Shiite, you are going to be slaughtered as well. That is the way they work. And it's a holy war that will take country after country. So now they will acquire tanks, air force, just like the Taliban in Afghanistan, another American debacle, another American stupidity, always going for the wrong side. Literally every time, if they're whatever side America goes for, it's the wrong side. And yeah, this is where we are now. So Israel is now increasingly isolated. It has Hamas still in 16 months, still in power because they refuse to cut off their aid. Why you would provide aid to your enemy, God knows. You got Hezbollah on the top, not, with a ceasefire, i.e. where they are allowed to rebuild, re-strengthen, create the tunnels and get back into play. And now you have ISIS on the quietest border they've had in 50 years. 50 years, not a peep from the Syrian border, from the Assad regime. And now ISIS is on there. So, and Iraq will go soon. And then potentially Jordan and the puppet state, a very weak regime there. So things are moving quick. And that's just due to weakness, American weakness. America, it's not just weakness, they back the wrong side here. There's not even weakness. Big power weakness. Russia weakened due to Ukraine. They could not step in. Iran weakened. I don't know why they didn't send in. Well, it's because Hezbollah was the main people that was supporting us, and obviously they're totally weakened. Why Iran didn't send in their Republican Guards and their IRGC, I don't know. That's a question I don't know. Maybe they are in real big trouble in Iran. But yeah, that's where we are now. So massive things going on. Not good for anyone. Excellent if you're an Islamist. Taliban complimented them, saying well done. And that's all you need to know, really.